Today is Tuesday, November 4th. As a reminder, this is a public meeting, and for those of you in the audience, it is being recorded, so if you can mute your devices. We will start with the Pledge of Allegiance, led by Commissioner Boyce.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Before we begin today's agenda, I want to take a moment to acknowledge that it is Election Day, a powerful reminder of the influence we each have to shape our communities and our future through participation in our voices. Now, more than ever, it's critical that we show up, speak out, and ensure our voices are heard. Every vote truly matters, and together, our collective action makes a difference. Whether you've already voted or plan to do so later today, thank you for participating in this critical process and for continuing to help move our community forward. And I would challenge you to reach out to 5 friends or family members, make sure they vote today as well. Next, we are also joined this morning by a very special guest. I recently had the privilege of being a proud sponsor of the Women to Women Empowerment Faces of Courage Conference. This truly inspiring, healing-centered gathering supported women rebuilding their lives after experiences with incarceration, domestic violence, trauma, homelessness, poverty, and behavioral health challenges. Here to share more about the conference and the incredible work of Women to Women is Sally Gibson. Please join in giving her a warm welcome.
Thank you, Commissioner, and thank you for giving us grace with this opportunity, and we will be brief because I know you have a full agenda. I wish to personally thank you, Commissioner Eric Crowley, a woman of faith and an anointed vessel through whom God continues to work, for her steadfast leadership and your genuine service. Serving as our co-chair for this event gave our event a remarkable presence in the community. We profoundly are grateful to Franklin County Commissioners and County Administrator Ken Wilson, Deputy Administrator Bivens. We thank you very much for your support as well. For your bold leadership in addressing community needs with innovation and purpose. Your support, resources, and commitment have made an extraordinary difference in lives of women and families who are often overlooked and underserved. And we have with us who are going to really share the remarks about the event. 2 of the participants, actually 3 of the participants, but 2 of them will briefly speak. We took to social media. It was a phenomenal event, reaching 280-some participants. Yet, alongside the celebration came hard truths. While coordinating with agencies to participate as panelists and vendors, I encountered significant barriers, calls not being returned, delayed responses, no responses, and requests delegated with no meaningful follow-up. I was told Saturdays are off limit, when it is these in our community who need us to be accessible at all hours. I am so grateful for the relationship with the county commissioners and your staff. We never reached any roadblocks. All the tools needed to make this conference a success was given to us by the county commissioners. So that brings me to a hard question as a taxpayer, an advocate, and a servant leader. When I had to intervene because I have a network to break down these barriers, sometimes our people don't have these networks. If you county commissioners are the only ones doing the work out here, I think we need to reevaluate the funding. And it would not hurt my feelings if all the funding came to this magnificent team of commissioners governing the city. Let you hear from the participants themselves.
Good morning. My name's Brittany Olm. So the first time I came to Women's to Women's, I thought about how crazy these women are. That there's no way these ladies get along like that. It's been a little over a year now since I've been going to Women's. Now I see and feel the encouragement they give, the unity they bring with all the love and care for one another and to those they serve. I've found strength and joy through them and all they do for us. They've found a way for me to find my voice and utilize it for good, to make this community stronger together. I now see that I can do anything if I set my mind to it and work hard with dedication. They've opened my eyes to a whole new world of possibilities. I found a whole new happiness in a community of women at Amethyst that I can trust in myself and in the women I'm around. And that's a lot of thanks to these empowering women I'm so grateful to have met. Being able to be a part of the Women's to Women's Faces of Encourage Human Empowerment Conference was amazing to me. I never thought I'd be a part of something that can be life-changing and a part of something bigger than myself. I now know just how far I can go in life and what I'd like to do for those around me that have yet to find their voice. All of this is thanks to the women of Women's to Women. And I want to give a special thanks to Sally for having me come out here and speak today.
Thank you for being here.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Ethelyn Boswell. I am very honored to be here today on this very important day. I believe the importance of Woman to Woman Committee is that it's very educational. It helps save lives. And now that I have been able to experience Amethyst and Woman to Woman, I have now gained the information not only to carry that information to other women, but to the community as a whole. I highly appreciate being given this opportunity by Ms. Sally Gibson, and Amethyst and the Women to Women has given me a second chance at an opportunity at having a greater, brighter future. Also, one of the most important facts these organizations have taught me is encouraging others and promote to the community to always vote. And thanks to everyone. Commissioners, have a great day.
Thank you.
I want to add to my thank you, Deputy Commissioner Withers, for your support as well. We could not have done this without you. We say we want to give food to people, but if we don't teach them how to fish, they cannot go past that point. And we thank you again. And we have, as serving as our co-chair, we have the Women to Women apron that is hard to come by for you, Commissioner Crawley. Again, thank you, Deputy Commissioner Bivens, Commissioner Boyce, Administrator Wilson, Deputy Commissioner Withers, and to our own, and we cannot take your video off our website because it's being viewed, continue to be viewed. President Crawley, we thank you so much for allowing these women to have a voice, to be not forgotten, to be empowered, and to know where the resources. And I have to say that she left me, but she worked with me, Franklin County prosecutor Favors we've been working on this a year, and I have to say she left me. But she's doing good work, and I want to thank you for keeping me in a kind of cheerleading me on for this project. You and Bivens, I almost said another word, but Deputy Administrator Bivens. Thank you for the good work you do, President Crawley.
Thank you. To Brittany and to Evelyn, is it Evelyn? Yeah, I want to say, congratulations for the work that you are putting in for yourselves. You see a future bigger than what you knew before, and engaging with Amethyst and with Women to Women, you're thriving, and that's what we want to see. I was honored to be just a small part of the Empowerment Conference. Well,
Big part.
No, that was you, Miss Sally. It's hard to say no to you. But it's hard to say no to opportunities to empower women and to pour into them as women have poured into me. And that's what you allowed me to do, is you created a space where I was able to do that. So thank you. Thank you for all the work that you are doing.
I want to add that Ethelyn has been united with her children since the conference. She now has a place for them and making a home. And she said that she took the parenting workshop, and she's been utilizing those tools with her girls. And it's kind of helped bridge that absence. And so kudos again. Thank you.
Great job. All right. If I can get approval of the
Hey,
minutes.
Madam President, may I have a personal point of privilege,
Oh, sure.
please? Thank you so much. I'll just take a brief second. I just want to take a second to recognize and honor a legend in Central Ohio community who passed away, unfortunately, recently, Miss Les Wright. Since we're having a conversation about celebrating the impact of women, Les Wright was an iconic pioneer for Central Ohio politics, especially for women. She was one of the first black elected female leaders to be an integral part of the growth of the Columbus you know today. She was very much an integral part of that, and I was sad to hear about her passing. But I know one of the beauties about her work is that she has left a legacy of people behind that will continue to represent people like Shayla Favors, who followed in her footsteps on Columbus City Council, and people like President Erica Crawley and DCA Bivens and Withers and so many others that can look to her and, more importantly, see the contributions that she's made for other women in the progress that we all enjoy today. And so, Madam President, when I got in politics, she was an iconic figure here locally, and she was kind of on her way out. She had left City Council at that point, but she stayed very involved and continued to pour into me personally. We always stayed in touch over the years when she was in town. She was living out in Texas. Of course, her family was there, grandkids and that kind of thing. And but she never left Columbus. She always came back, was very engaged, always reachable, and I couldn't let the moment pass, recognizing the impact and the impact of women. I couldn't let it go by without just bringing that up. So thank
Absolutely.
you, Madam President.
No, thank you. Thank you.
I didn't know Councilwoman Wright as well as you did. I remember meeting her as a young guy when Jerry Hammond, Council President Hammond, brought her to council initially. She always wore those hats, and she was fantastic.
Little bit bitey.
Yeah, she was fantastic, and I was working in the state treasurer's office at the time, and she was always very welcoming. Always brought me into everything that she was involved in. And so, miss her.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Commissioners, and thank you, Commissioner Boyce, for taking a moment. Joy Bibbins, Deputy County Administrator. What I really want to say about Les Wright is I've been having these conversations about the matriarchs in the community and making sure that the matriarchs are really pouring into the next generation. But one thing I will always say about Les Wright, and I've used this analogy, is it doesn't hurt to scoot over for another sister at the table, because at some point you're going to get up. If you don't have to get up, do nothing else, use the bathroom, you have to make room for someone else. And she was selfless and relentless in that. And she was resilient, while also holding, I think, the next generation accountable to what is the most important, not ourselves, but those that are coming behind us. And it's a void. It's just a void. And so she will be really tremendously missed. I know that others in the community that I've had conversations with when I sent that out are feeling that as well. So I just wanted to lift that up, that, if you are in a position to pour into someone, if you don't do anything else to continue that woman's legacy, pour into someone else that's selfless. It doesn't hurt you to make a compliment about someone else, to speak well of someone else when they're not in the room. That was just her. I've never seen that woman speak ill of anyone. And that stuck with me. Thank you.
Madam President, I have one other. Was she, Prosecutor Favors, was she the first black woman on city council ever? That's what I thought. I couldn't remember if she was. Yeah. Madam President.
It is absolutely correct that Les Wright, and I'm sorry, I have a little, it's the season. But without Les Wright, there would be no Charlita Tavares, there'd be no Priscilla Tyson, there'd be no Jiza Page, there'd be no Shayla Favor. And so I, as Ms. Gibson was talking, I was thinking about what it means to dedicate your life to service. And you said it was a year in the making. No, ma'am. We started having those conversations about 2.5 years ago about this vision that you have. And you committed yourself to service just the way that former council member Les Wright did. And this was her entire purpose, was to give back to this community, not for the limelight, not to be whatever aspiration some of us might have. It was just to be of service to this community. And I think about how incredibly important that is in the moment that we're in right now, where you're just giving of yourself freely just to make someone else's path that much lighter. And because of her commitment, I stand here before you today. And so I just want to say thank you out loud to Ms. Les Wright for making a path for the rest of us. And I hope it means nothing to be the first if you do not create a pathway for others to come behind you. And she did that. She did that.
I did not have an opportunity to meet her, but I know everything that I heard. She was just larger than a giant. And so, I would like to take a moment of silence to honor her and her legacy. Thank you. All right. Well, Ms. Gibson, I know you are welcome to stay for our regular agenda, but you probably have other important things to do, so you could stay, or Ms. Shields like she's out. All right. Oh, okay. Okay. Have fun.
It should be noted that I'm undefeated against Ms. Shields, and it should be noted.
He's also a sore loser.
Oh my gosh, what is this all for? Yeah, I see. Have a good day, ladies.
Have a great day. Absolutely.
I should have never said that.
Slickster. I like it.
Thank you for that moment point of privilege. If I could get approval of the minutes for the October 9th, 2025, and October 16th, 2025 briefing sessions, and the October 7th, October 14th, and October 21st, 2025 general sessions.
So moved.
Approval of minutes.
Oh, go ahead, go, sir. I'll second.
Move approval of minutes.
Moved and seconded, voting, Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Thank you, the minutes have been approved.
Court of comment, please.
Resolution number 80325, resolution authorizing a transfer of appropriations for the purchase of a copier.
Good morning, Commissioners. Kimberly Canada, Director of Finance, and with me is Andrew Byerly in the gallery, IT Director. This resolution approves the transfer of appropriations necessary to purchase a replacement copier for the Common Pleas Court Administration Office. The current copier was purchased in 2016 and requires ongoing repairs. The vendor has confirmed that the copier is at end of life and due for replacement. The replacement request amount is for $13,290 to support the total cost of a new copier of $15,745. Pending any questions, we request your approval.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of resolution 80325.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting, Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 80325 has been adopted. Resolution number 80425, resolution authorizing an addendum to the existing contract with the Ohio Department of Rehabilitation and Correction, CCA 2.0, grant addendum increase of $567,129 for a new total grant of $12,769,969.
With me is Dan Wunderlich, Chief Probation Officer in the gallery. This resolution modifies the grant agreement between the Ohio Department of Rehabilitation and Corrections and the Adult Probation Department Community Corrections Program. This addendum allocation additional funding for use towards grant expenditures for the state fiscal year 2026 and 2027. Again, the total addendum amount is $567,129. Pending any questions, we request your approval.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of resolution 80425.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting, Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 80425 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. Auditor.
Resolution number 80525, resolution approving one contract for mediation services in the amount of $150,000.
Good morning, Commissioners, County Administration. I'm Michaela Radich, Staff Counsel for Auditor Stinziano. This resolution would authorize a contract with V. Turner & Co. to provide mediation services in support of the Board of Revision's mediation program in an amount not to exceed $150,000. This contract is a result of RFP number 2024-2140 issued by the Purchasing Department at the end of last year. We received 2 proposals in response to that RFP, which were opened on January 22nd of this year. After reviewing those proposals, one vendor was interested in going into contract with the county. The term of this contract would be through March 30th, 2026, with 4 optional 1-year contract extensions to align the contract with the other active mediation contracts. Pending any questions, the auditor respectfully requests your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of resolution 80525.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting, Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 80525 has been adopted. Thank you.
Sheriff's Office.
Resolution number 80625, resolution authorizing a 3-year contract with Ohio Health Corporation doing business as Ohio Health Employer Services, LLC, to provide medical, physical, drug, and alcohol testing services for employees and pre-employment candidates in the amount of $352,000.
Good morning, Commissioners and County Administration. Albert Smith, Assistant Finance Director for the Sheriff's Office. Our resolution will allow our office to use Ohio Health for employee and pre-employment physicals and drug and alcohol testing services. This contract will last through November 4th, will start November 4th of this year through November 3rd of 2028 with 2 optional 1-year extensions. Pending any questions, I ask for your approval.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of resolution 80625.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Same.
Resolution number 80625 has been adopted with Commissioner Boyce's noted abstention. Resolution number 80725, resolution authorizing the fourth contract modification with Armor Health of Ohio LLC in the amount of $7,069,367.81.
Commissioners, our last resolution will allow our office to continue using Armor Healthcare in our correctional facilities. The original contract was passed under Resolution 630-21 on August 17th of 2021. A fourth contract modification is needed to allow Armor to continue inmate care for an additional 90 days while we work through the contract negotiations. Pending any questions, I ask for your approval.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 80725.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Abstain.
Resolution number 80725 has been adopted with Commissioner Boyce's noted abstention.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you. Community partnerships.
Resolution number 80825, resolution authorizing a grant to Harmony Project Productions Incorporated for operations support and community arts programming for students and underserved populations in the amount of $100,000.
Good morning, Commissioners and County Administration. Brittany Hilliard, Community Partnerships Coordinator. This resolution authorizes a grant extension with Harmony Project in the amount of $100,000. This is the second of a 3-year grant extension. Under the terms of the agreement, Harmony Project will provide valuable programming through the Harmony Project Student Arts Program, Community Arts Program, and Volunteer Services Initiative. Harmony's Student Arts Program provides arts education and performance experience to immigrant and refugee students in the Northland neighborhood. Under the agreement, Harmony Project will continue its mission of building a more inclusive society by bridging community divides and empowering people through arts education and volunteerism. Today we have David Brown, founder and creative director, to answer any questions you may have. We respectfully request the approval of this resolution after your comments or questions. David?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you.
Morning. Morning.
Morning. Did you have anything you want to add?
I just wanted to tell you how I would love for you to come up and see your property. Franklin County Harmony Center, we have put almost, I think now this week, over $500,000 in grants and funding into the renovation of the space. Last night we had 750 guests in the space. We had a full performance there. We had everybody from the big W's, the Weilers, the Walters, the Wexners, all those, to, our students coming from International High School and Global Academy. It is truly the mixture of the community coming together. And I take every opportunity I can to explain to people that Harmony Project is not about singing, just like Pelotonia is not about bikes. Bikes are used to help people raise money to cure cancer. We sing because it's a way to get people who are different from each other into the same space. But we're about building community among people who would not vote the same, live the same, pray the same, work the same, and it's working. And in a time like this, when that's really hard to happen, the community funding us and providing that source of security for us allows us to keep building the program. The student program 3 years ago was 28 kids. We have 160 kids coming in right now, and the only reason it's capped is because we can't afford more buses to drive them to the Harmony Center every week. So thank you for what you're doing for us. It's really helping us grow.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for being here.
Glad we're doing it.
Commissioners, if I may?
Sure.
Chris Long, Deputy County Administrator. One of the items coming from some of the conversation that we had last week in briefing as well, I just wanted to, I pulled the original agreement just to refresh myself as well. But one of the requirements, as David indicated, is a requirement to invest in our building, and that is that at their expense on the interior. And so to David's point, Harmony continues to make those investments in the building that we own. As part of our lease agreement, we have the ability, of course, to also use that space coordinating with Times, but using it at free of charge for the work that we do when we want to use that space in the Northland area. And the other piece at your direction that we put into the lease agreement with Harmony Project is to ensure that the local community nonprofits have access to that space either at no cost or reduced cost, so that there's a space in the Northland area for others to be able to use that property. So in addition to that, I do know that they continue to look at sustainable funding for the programming, and that is something that following our conversation last week, we had a further conversation about as well. But some of the core items on the property itself, I just wanted to highlight, going back to the original lease that we have as a building that you own, Commissioners, but with a long-term lease to ensure that it has a space within the community. So thank you.
Yeah. I've been in the building a few times with different nonprofit organizations who have hosted, like Bold Girl Collective, used to be Brown Girls Mentoring, and others who have put on programming there. And so thank you for the collaboration.
Yeah, thank you. I'd love you all to come see it. It opened last night. We have a new free store, a new community free store in the building called Encore, and we're partnering with Wardrobe Therapy and Pursuit and Walmart. And clothing that is coming from executives in the community, clothing that has been custom designed, and stuff that has not sold off the shelves of Walmart for whatever reason. We don't ask, we just take it, is going into our space. And first, we're starting with our students and their families to have dignified shopping experiences. Then we're moving on to our returning citizens, 2 of whom we've recently hired to work for us at Harmony Project. And then we move on to our differently abled community, which needs a sensory-safe environment to be able to shop in. And we're super excited about it. It looks really, really nice. It gives people a feeling of belonging when they come in. The clothes have all been cleaned and pressed and hung and labeled, and it's not your typical kind of experience of what we're used to seeing. But having grown up in a really low-income household, when I was a child, I remember asking my mother why our clothes smelled. No one in our house smoked, but the clothes smelled like smoke. And she would explain that it was because we got them from the basement at the church. And I didn't know that we were poor. You know, I didn't have that concept when I was 7, 8, 9 years old. I want the kids and the people that we work with to also not have that concept, that there's no separation. The socioeconomics do separate us, but as a society, we can cross those bridges. We can make connections in ways that people feel like they belong and that they should be there. And that's what's about to happen with Encore. And it's another way that the space is serving the neighborhood.
Great. Wonderful.
That's great. Well, if there's no further comments or questions, I will move approval of Resolution 80825.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley?
Yes.
Resolution number 80825 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Great, thank you.
Resolution number 80925, resolution authorizing a grant agreement with the Mid-Ohio Food Collective for targeted food assistance to the most in need communities across Franklin County in the amount of $500,000.
Good morning, Commissioners, County Administration, Curtis Brown, Community Partnerships Administrator. This resolution authorizes a grant in the amount of $500,000 to the Mid-Ohio Food Collective. This resolution will provide temporary emergency support to help meet immediate food needs for our most vulnerable residents in Franklin County. The Mid-Ohio Food Collective will use these funds to distribute fresh foods to those most affected residents in Franklin County. Joining us this morning to provide more information regarding this need is Mike Hochran, who serves as the Senior Vice President of Communications at the Mid-Ohio Food Collective.
Thank you, Chris. Good morning, President Crawley, Commissioners Boyce and O'Grady, County Administration, and all members of county staff here this morning. We stand at a historic inflection point. SNAP is America's first and best line of defense against hunger, and never before in its 60-plus years have SNAP benefits been disrupted. And let's be clear, this is not something that should be happening. Hunger is not political. It's not a matter of party or power. People need food. The end. And the stakes for our community are monumental. Nearly 180,000 residents of Franklin County, our neighbors, are being affected right now. These are children and seniors, working families, and people with disabilities. And SNAP is absolutely essential to helping put food on their tables and keeping a roof over their heads. For so many in our community, SNAP is the difference between healthy and hungry. And these benefits are also key to our local economy. Each month, $31 million from SNAP benefits support local retailers, local businesses, and local jobs. And let's remember that SNAP recipients that can work absolutely do work. So these benefits also directly contribute to keeping our economy strong. Now, the charitable sector cannot replace federal programs. Last year, Mid-Ohio Food Collective and our wonderful network of community-based partners served more families than ever before, more than 5,000 each day across central and eastern Ohio. Yet for every meal food banks provide, Feeding America estimates that SNAP provides 9. We cannot make up that gap. We cannot make up half of that gap as partial benefits are flowing in November. But we stand united here in Central Ohio with local government leadership, with our corporate community, with our faith-based community, and local generous individuals to do all we can to make sure that nobody in Franklin County goes hungry today, tomorrow, or next week. This is a moment of truth for Central Ohio, and we are grateful to stand with arms linked with Franklin County's leadership. This investment being considered today will help keep essential foods stocked on the shelves of our local pantries and in the refrigerators of our neighbors. The $500,000 being considered will be deployed immediately for much-needed foods to the most in-need areas of Franklin County. We're rallying with urgent deliveries of eggs, milk, chicken, and fresh produce, and those are in the works with deliveries arriving early this week. Now, it won't be enough to fully meet the need, but we will do the most we can with these resources to ensure that everyone in our community knows where their next meal is coming from. So thank you for your leadership. Thank you for your commitment to fighting poverty and to helping ensure a healthier, hunger-free tomorrow for every resident in Franklin County. Happy to take any questions you might have.
Madam President, may I ask a question? Thank you so much. Welcome back, Mike.
Thank you,
Good to see
Commissioner.
as always. Just curious, what other municipalities or other government political subdivisions are doing? Is the city making any kind of contributions? Are the other suburbs? You know, this is, I couldn't agree more with everything you said, but this is a regional challenge. We all have to step up, play our role, and support those who are in need, and it only works if that happens. So I'm just curious if others are contributing to the pot for the moment.
Yeah,
right now, too.
absolutely. So last night, the city of Columbus, with the leadership of Mayor Ginther, with the full support of Columbus City Council, also approved $500,000 for urgent food relief. That's on top of $25,000 that Columbus City Council had passed a week ago, and we're grateful for them to helping really kickstart additional donations. We've seen major influxes of both food and fund support from the local corporate community, from grocery retailers and the like. We've reached out to the commissioners of all 20 counties that we serve, asking them, this is a critical time. If you step up, we will, our finance team doesn't appreciate it, but we will help restrict those funds and those dollars to their own community so that they can help. And whether they give that money through Mid-Ohio or to their local community, their local pantries, whatever form that looks like, we encourage it. We've also asked the mayor and his convening authority to reach out to the other municipal governments here in Franklin County to see if they would also follow that lead. Again, whether through Mid-Ohio or through their local community pantry. And we have great partners in Worthington, in Gahanna, down in Grove City, you name it. So we're making a call for anyone to step up and step forward. We look to the convening, ability that local government has to help call people to the table. It's time for everyone to step up, as you noted.
Thank you, Madam President. May I continue, please? Yeah, I would just add that, and I know I speak on behalf of my colleagues when I say that we challenge all of those communities to step up, and we. You think of our resources as leverage in the best way you can, but each in one of those 20 counties and all the municipalities there within, we challenge you to step up too. This is a challenge that meets the moment in this second, in this minute, but the challenge is greater. And I think, we're at the very beginning of this conversation. No matter how long the shutdown goes, I think there are a lot of indications. We were dealing with food shortages before the shutdown, and now with the shutdown and the SNAP, issues, it's going to exacerbate or amplify this issue even more. And so, what kind of community do we live in? That's the real question. What do you represent to the other counties, to the other municipalities? Step up and work with us to help feed a region. If nothing else, to get through the time, but in the big scheme of things, even in the long term, we've got more to do. So thanks for what you represent, and definitely give Matt our best.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Mike, as you as you indicated in your comments, hunger is not a political issue, but Washington has made it so. And of those other 20 counties that you mentioned that you represent, Franklin County is a blue county. We all know that. Those other 20 counties, those are all red counties. And those are all, by the way, those are all my friends. Those county commissioners, those are all my friends. I work with everybody here on the dais knows I work with them all the time, day in and day out, in the County Commissioners Association of Ohio. So Commissioner Boyce is absolutely correct. Use our funds to the best ability that you can to leverage these dollars with those dollars. And if you need, I'll be happy to make phone calls to those counties if necessary. But I know those county commissioners. I know them all well. I believe they will step up, because hunger is hunger, and it is not political, and people are going hungry, and it doesn't matter if you're a Republican or a Democrat, people are going hungry. And so please leverage those dollars to the best of your ability. I know you will. Yeah, we don't have to tell you or lecture you. You will absolutely do that. We know you will. But we are more than happy to pass this resolution this morning. And glad that City Council and the mayor did the same last night. And I'm certain that our friends and colleagues in the other counties will do the same. Hunger is not a political issue, as you say, but Washington, for some reason, has made it so.
Yeah, it definitely isn't about party lines. As I said yesterday, it's about food lines. And food or access to it should be a basic human right. It should not be a privilege, and it shouldn't be just for some of us. It should be for all of us. Commissioner Boyce talked about hunger prior to this shutdown and what we're seeing with SNAP. Can you talk about what you were seeing with the collective, as far as food insecurity before we came into this crisis?
Absolutely. Thank you, President Crawley. So across our network, this is not just a Franklin County issue. We see this all across central and eastern Ohio, all across the state, and frankly, all across the country, which is that hunger is not fundamentally about food. It's about having the resources that you need to be stable and to thrive. And food is that most variable part of your budget. So if your rent goes up and up and up, if childcare is fundamentally unaffordable, if you see that your food costs go up, the utilities are a huge issue right now, and all of these things eat away at a family's budget. And so what we see more than ever before is that people on fixed incomes, hardworking folks who just don't frankly make enough money to live a safe, stable, healthy life. So many people are that one bad day away from needing a little bit of help, which is why it's so important to have this infrastructure that we've built to make sure help is available where and when people need it. So yes, we've seen an increased need. When I started over at the Food Collective, we were still in COVID, and I thought, well, this is the worst of it, and it's got to get better from here. And instead, what we've seen year over year is the number of people that are coming to their local pantry has just continued to increase. Last year was the busiest in Mid-Ohio's 45-year history. We're serving between 55 and 60% more families than we did at the peak of the COVID-19 pandemic and those scary days of 2020. And that's our new baseline. We don't expect that to get better. What it means is we need to be that much more efficient, that much more thoughtful, make that much better use of the resources we have, of the partnerships that we have, going to find every surplus pound of food and everyone who believes in fighting hunger in whatever way they can take shape. So yes, unfortunately, we have seen a lot of people who are that one flat tire, one medical bill away.
Yeah, one
exactly.
flat tire away.
And and unfortunately, it's a truth for so many. And that's why we're so grateful to be in the position with our partners, with our volunteers, with our local elected leadership to all say together, like, we're going to hold the line together, because you never know tomorrow who might have that flat tire and who might need just a little bit of help to get back on their feet and continue to live a safe and healthy life.
Absolutely. Or people are seeing more month than money, right? And so I say that all the time. People are in situations where one flat tire can just unravel their whole entire budget and put them in compromising positions where they have to make hard choices of keeping a roof over their head and food on the table. And people should not be in that compromising position. So thank you for all you're doing. Good to see you again. Just saw you yesterday. Hopefully we won't have to keep meeting under these circumstances. But thank you for all that you all continue to do at the collective in supporting our pantries and our neighbors. So
Thank you, Commissioner.
yeah.
Commissioners, Joy Bivens, Deputy County Administrator of Health and Human Services, County Administrator. I just want to make sure that I lift up our faith community. They are doing a lot to just collect items, and and they may not come to the food collective. They're doing it in their own places of worship, wherever that may be. But then also our grassroots folks. If you were watching, thank you so much for those turkey drives that are going to be coming up starting this weekend in various parts of our community. I know there's like several on the 22nd. There's folks that are doing food boxes and doing all these other things that may not reach government, but they're taking up on themselves, locking arms to lift up our community. So I just, again, wanted to make sure that we, for the ones that I know about and the ones who have reached in, thank you particularly to our faith community.
Deputy, if I may, I apologize. One very important thing I forgot to mention. If anyone needs help, we're there for them. We encourage them to come and seek that help. If you go to mofc.org, click Find Food, you can put in your zip code and find all the places within our network where people can go find food today, tomorrow. If you're not able to personally get to the pantry, if you've got a transportation issue, a mobility issue, you can have someone go shop on your behalf through a really simple proxy process. We just want to encourage, and yes, the faith community is a great example of people standing up however they can. But just for anyone wondering, how can you get help if you're impacted or your family's impacted, please go to our website, click Find Food, and we'll get you to the right place. Thank you.
Thank you.
If there are no further comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 80925.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 80925 has been adopted.
Thank you. Data center.
Resolution number 81025, resolution authorizing contract modification and extension number 1 with SHI International Corp. For the procurement of work order tracking solution, including estimates and billing, in the amount of $1,893.65.
Good morning, Commissioners. Julie Lust with the Data Center. This contract renewal is for software used by the print shop to manage its print orders and jobs. Pending any questions, I respectfully request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 81025.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 81025 has been adopted. Resolution number 81125, resolution authorizing contract modification number 1 with Ornet for the procurement of additional VMware Cloud Foundation 5 licenses in the amount of $903,200.
Thank you. And this resolution enables the expansion of the virtual server environment managed by the Data Center to over 1,500 servers. This expansion will help accommodate the growing range of services offered to the residents and businesses of Franklin County by our agencies, courts, and boards. Our virtual server environment is the most reliable, secure, and cost-effective platform available, and it has experienced a remarkable growth of over 913% over the last 9 years as the use of technology has expanded. Pending any questions, I respectfully request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 81125.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 81125 has been adopted. Resolution number 81225, resolution authorizing a contract with CDW Government LLC for the provision of professional services for a coverage validation wireless site survey in the amount of $4,929.75.
Thank you. And as early voting ends and preparation for in-person voting begins, the Board of Election has the daunting and time-sensitive task of updating 1,600 iPads prior to the distribution to polling locations. These engineering services will provide an evaluation of the Board of Election environment and a recommendation for the infrastructure to accomplish this task. Pending any questions, I respectfully request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 81225.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 81225 has been adopted.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you. Have a great day. Economic Development and Planning.
Resolution number 81325, review of petition to annex 150.5 acres, more or less, from Norwich Township to the City of Columbus, case number ANX 3625.
Good morning, County Commissioners. Ramir Fitzpatrick, Planning Administrator with EDP. This first resolution is to consider an expedited Type 2 annexation petition of 150.5 acres, more or less, from Norwich Township to the City of Columbus. The area to be annexed, as described in the petition, includes 8 parcels located on Alton Darby Creek and Roberts Road in Norwich Township. The City of Columbus has passed an ordinance indicating that services will be provided once the annexation is approved. The petition also meets all statutory requirements outlined in Section 709.021 of the Ohio Revised Code. Pending any questions, I request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 81325.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 81325 has been adopted. Resolution number 81425, review of petition to annex 1.5 acres, more or less, from Hamilton Township to the City of Obetz, case number ANX 3725.
This final resolution, again, includes 1.5 acres, more or less, of right-of-way located in Hamilton Township, proposed to be annexed into the City of Obetz. The area described includes portions of the Lockbourne Road and Rathmel Road rights-of-way located adjacent to 4980 Lockbourne Road. The city has passed an ordinance authorizing the annexation of the right-of-way. This petition meets all statutory requirements outlined in Section 709.16 of the Ohio Revised Code. Pending any questions, I request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 81425.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 81425 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. Economic engagement and community development.
Resolution number 81525, resolution authorizing a grant agreement with Southwestern City Schools to offer adult workforce development courses through their Adult Hub program in the amount of $150,000.
Good morning, Commissioners and County Administration. Andrina Austin, Director of Economic Engagement and Community Development. We are requesting the approval of a $150,000 grant agreement with Southwestern City School District to support their Adult Hub program. The program offers trade-specific skills and hands-on training to up to 250 Central Ohio residents at zero cost. Graduates will earn certificates that open doors to stable and meaningful jobs in career pathways that include automotive technology, electrical trades, welding and manufacturing, and STNA or state-tested nursing assistants. This agreement aligns with goal number 1 of the Rise Together Poverty Blueprint and supports the economic engagement and community development goals related to workforce development and community engagement under Every Resident, Everyday Priorities. And Commissioners Christine Galvin, Director of Career Education at Southwestern City Schools, is in attendance to address any of your concerns should you have any.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 81525.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 81525 has been adopted.
Thank you, Commissioners. Have a great day.
Thank you. Have a great one. Job and Family Services.
Resolution number 81625, resolution approving a subboard agreement with Momentum Excellence Incorporated for the provision of youth artistic enrichment programming in the amount of $69,999.99.
Good morning, Commissioners and County Administration. Carmen Barnes, Assistant Director, Job and Family Services. Momentum Excellence offers programming that was created to empower youth through dance, music, and performance. Artistic expression is vital to a child's development. Not only does it strengthen their emotional, cognitive, and physical skills, but it also allows them to regulate their emotions, build self-esteem, and express their thoughts and feelings in ways that they may not be able to otherwise. Momentum's program is designed to teach youth the lifelong practices of self-confidence, resilience, and teamwork through the goal of placing them on a path towards success. Through this program, Momentum will serve 800 children across 16 elementary schools and other youth organizations, each one specifically selected to support neighborhoods where youth residents face challenges and have limited access to arts program. Pending any questions, I ask for your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 81625.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 81625 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. Justice Policy and Programs.
Resolution number 81725, resolution authorizing a professional service contract agreement with Elizabeth Betancourt for peer support and case management services for justice-involved residents served through the Franklin County Rapid Resource Center in the amount of $55,296.
Good morning, Commissioners and County Administration. Melissa Pearson, Chief Operating Officer with the Franklin County Office of Justice Policy and Programs, and joining me for the first time is our new Director, Director Ernest Stockton. Commissioners, this is a special resolution because we are requesting approval of a professional services contract with Ms. Elizabeth Betancourt for the provision of peer support and case management services in the Rapid Resource Center. It's a special resolution because Ms. Betancourt is a former graduate of our very own Pathways to Women's Healthy Living program in 2021 and is a star example of how far an individual can come if offered the right support. Since graduating Pathways, Ms. Betancourt has obtained a full-time job with the Ohio Public Defender's Office, volunteers with Pathways on the weekends, and is currently in the process of completing her peer support certification. This contract is for the period 10/31/25 through 12/31/26 and aligns with Goal 2 of the Rise Together Poverty Blueprint. Pending any questions, we respectfully request your approval.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 81725.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 81725 has been adopted.
Welcome to Team Franklin County. Public Facilities and Management.
Resolution number 81825, resolution authorizing amendment number 2 to the architect-engineer agreement with DLZ Architecture Incorporated to provide design professional services for the Franklin County Downtown Facility Project, which includes the Early Learning Center at an increase to the contract cost in an amount not to exceed $1,396,290 for a revised amount of $4,066,715.
Good morning, Commissioners. Darla Reardon, Director, PFM. Resolution number 52624, approved in June of 2024, authorized an agreement with DLZ Architecture, Inc. to provide Phase 1 limited design services, including programming and schematic design for the new Franklin County Downtown Facility Project, which includes the Early Learning Center. This resolution authorizes Amendment Number 2 with DLZ Architecture, Inc. to provide additional professional architecture and engineering design services for the development of an early release design package to address pre-demolition enabling projects in site stabilization and restoration work related to the demolition of the vacated Downtown Correction Center located at 370 South Front Street and the Franklin County Pavilion and Concourse restoration. This amendment also includes allowances for a site survey, retaining wall and tunnel reinforcement design services, subsurface utility engineering investigation services, and reimbursable expenses. Pending any questions, PFM requests your approval of this amendment to provide additional design professional services with DLZ Architecture, Inc.
If there are no, excuse me, if there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 81825.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Abstain.
Resolution number 81825 has been adopted with Commissioner Boyce's noted abstention. Resolution number 81925, resolution approving modification number 7 to the contract with Pizzuti Solutions LLC to provide continuing master planning services.
The county previously awarded a contract to Pizzuti Solutions LLC to provide owner's representation and master planning services for the county. This resolution approves a modification to the contract with Pizzuti Solutions LLC to provide continuing master plan services in an amount not to exceed $5,979,635. The term of the modification is 51 months, beginning in October of 2025 through December of 2029. This will be the final contract term, and we will go out for competitive selection for any future need for owner's representation and master planning services. The scope of work for this modification includes continuing master space and capital planning services, project management and owner's representation services, and real estate and development advisory services that address the implementation of the county's facility projects contained in the county's facilities master plan, and for the implementation and development of new and/or renovation of existing or acquired buildings occupied or owned by the county. The assistance of Pizzuti Services will allow for the efficient and informed implementation of next steps in the process of high-priority master plan projects and their coordination with other county facilities. Pending any questions, PFM requests your approval of this modification to provide continuing master planning services with Pizzuti Solutions LLC. Thank you.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 81925.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley?
Yes.
Resolution number 81925 has been adopted.
Thank you and have a great day.
You too.
You too.
Thank you. Purchasing.
Resolution number 82025, resolution approving purchases for various Franklin County agencies in the amount of $1,979,410.84.
Good morning, Commissioners. Megan Perry Balanier, Director of Purchasing. This resolution requests your approval of 73 agency purchase orders. The county auditor has pre-certified available funding, and pending any questions, I respectfully request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 82025.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley?
Yes.
Resolution number 82025 has been adopted. Resolution number 82325, resolution approving purchases for various Franklin County agencies in the amount of $77,750.
Commissioners, this resolution requests your approval of 3 agency purchase orders. The county auditor has again pre-certified available funding, and pending any questions, I respectfully request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 82325.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Abstain.
Resolution number 82325 has been adopted with Commissioner Boyce's noted abstention.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you. Board of Commissioners.
Resolution number 82125, resolution approving the issuance of certain hospital revenue bonds of the County of Franklin, Ohio, in an original aggregate principal amount not to exceed $500 million, and consenting to and approving the execution and delivery of the 22nd supplemental lease related to such bonds.
Good morning. Allie Kimbler from Dinsmore and Shoal, serving as bond counsel to Nationwide Children's Hospital. With me today is Luke Brown, Vice President of Finance and Treasury at Nationwide Children's. This resolution is for the purposes of approving a tax-exempt bond issuance for the benefit of Nationwide Children's Hospital. The bonds would be issued in 2 series, the first a fixed-rate issue and the second a variable rate issue. The maximum principal amount of the bonds would be $500 million. The proceeds will be used to finance the acquisition, construction, and equipping of new hospital facilities, which includes a new patient tower, a parking garage, and an energy plant on the hospital's main campus. Additionally, proceeds of the bonds would be used to refund certain prior bond issuances for the purpose of debt service savings for Nationwide Children's Hospital. The bonds will be underwritten by J.P. Morgan Chase Securities and Loop Capital Markets as co-managers. And just as a reminder, as I'm sure you're aware, these bonds are not debt or general obligations of the county. The county would be just acting as a conduit issuer so that the bonds can be issued on a tax-exempt basis. Under Ohio law, the debt is that of Nationwide Children's Hospital, and solely Nationwide Children's Hospital is responsible for repayment of the bonds. And with that, if you have any questions, myself or Luke would be happy to answer.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 82125.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Abstain.
Resolution number 82125 has been adopted with Commissioner Boyce's noted abstention.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Resolution number 82225, resolution reappointing Donna Zuderwig to the Franklin County Alcohol, Drug, and Mental Health Services Board.
Good morning, Commissioners and County Administration. Michael Rurman, Assistant Director of Community Appointments. This resolution seeks to reappoint Donna Zuderwig, a member in good standing, to the Franklin County Alcohol, Drug, and Mental Health Services Board for a term expiring June 30th, 2029. Pending any questions, we respectfully ask for your approval.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 82225.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley?
Yes.
Resolution number 82225 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, do we have any journalizations?
We have one. The document presented to each of you today has been sent to your offices via email and is being journalized as required under Resolution Number 39224, Intergovernmental Agreements. The clerk's office has been tracking each contract signed by the county administrator under this authority as required by the resolution. The list provided to you will be captured in today's meeting minutes.
Thank you. If there's no other business to come before the board, we are adjourned.
So is the red the addition?